Phillies rank their goal is to win the World Series. I think they're one of the few teams where it's like if they don't win the World Series, it's a failure of a season. There's only maybe three other teams in baseball that feel this way about their season. The main additions they made, Spencer Turnbull could potentially be a five-starter slash bullpen guy. They re-signed Aaron Nola, which was a big one. Whit Merrifield came in. He's going to be a nice utility guy. Big main loss was like Rhys Hoskins, but he didn't play at all last year. And Bryce Harper's moving over to first. You got Craig Kimbrell, who was your closer, but you're fine. Sir Anthony Dominguez is really good. Jose Alvarado had a 1.74 ERA last year, and you lose Michael Lorenzen, who's fine, whatever. Your starting rotation is, in my opinion, the guy who's going to win Cy Young this year, Zach Wheeler. He always eats innings. He is really good. He always pitches close to 200 innings, and he actually underperformed on some of his expected numbers, I'm pretty sure. I just think Zach Wheeler, it's finally his time to win Cy Young. I think that year where him versus Corbin Burns, at the time I wanted Corbin Burns to win, but Zach Wheeler pitching so many innings is unbelievable. I think Zach Wheeler, as long as he stays healthy, especially with this extension, he's the Cy Young winner. Aaron Nola, I'm just kind of surprised. I think he had a 4.46 ERA last year, but all of his expected numbers are like, yeah, there's no way that he should have had a 4.46 ERA. He just got really unlucky, and I think he's going to be much better this upcoming year. With the extension, he's comfortable. All the above, I think Aaron Nola is a very good pitcher, and he's going to return to form going into next year. Ranger Suarez, I said last year he could disappoint people because of how well he played in the playoffs, and to be fair, I think he got injured at some points during the year last year. I think he's a very solid number 3 starter. Taijuan Walker got paid a fair amount to play in Philly, and they didn't really trust him in a playoff spot. I think he's a good 4 starter. I just don't think he's a playoff guy. And the guy they had start over him was Christopher Sanchez, who I don't know what his exact stats were last year. He had a 3.44 ERA, and he started in 18 games with a 3.99 FIP. He's a good 4 to 5 starter for a playoff caliber team. I really like Christopher Sanchez for next year. He could potentially surprise some people. Not be an all-star, but, you know. And then the bullpen is really good. You have Orion Kerkering, you have Connor Brogdon, who's not bad, but those aren't the main guys. You got Gregory Soto, Jeff Hoffman, Jose Alvarado, Matt Strom, and Sir Anthony Dominguez, who are all guys that Rob Thompson trusts out of that bullpen. And also you have Mick Abel, who might become a starting pitcher at September call-ups or if there's any injuries. Then you go to the offense. JT Realmuto had a down year last year, and I think it's just he's getting older. It's that simple. He's getting older, but I still think he's one of the top catchers in baseball either way. Great defender, amazing speed for a catcher. At first base, you got Bryce Harper, who DH'd a lot of last year, played some first base, learning a new position. This is going to help him stay healthy for a longer period of time. I think he's one of the best hitters in baseball, and he loses a little bit of positional value when it comes to WAR because he goes from right field to first base, and first base is the least valuable position, I guess, besides the designated hitter. I think this will help him stay healthier, keep him out of having to run to the outfield and run around in the outfield, making diving catches, and he won't have to be using his arm as much. And I think offensively, it took him a little bit of time to get his power back, but I think he's fine. At second base, I got Bryson Stott being a solid player, but I think he has a low barrel rate, low hard hit rate, expected batting average of 267 last year, batted 280, expected slugging percentage of 387 last year, slugged 419. I think Bryson Stott's still going to be good. I think just he's a little overrated maybe because of Philly fans thinking Bryson Stott is the greatest player of all time. He's a great second baseman. He's very good. I just think he might decline a little bit with some of his expected numbers. In at third base, you got Alec Boehm, who they were going to move to first potentially, but now Bryce Harper's there. Boehm is solid. I think he's a solid hitter. I think his defense has gotten better, but you also have Mundo Sosa and Whit Merrifield who can kind of play over there a little bit from time to time. Then at shortstop, you got Trey Turner, who last year had a really poor start to the year. And then Philly fans gave him the standing ovation, and he was amazing to end the season in the last couple months. I think he's going to be able to continue that and probably for a full season have close to a 900 OPS like he has in the past. They paid him a lot for a reason. I think he's going to get back to that. In left field, you got Brandon Marsh, who had an 837 OPS last year, I'm pretty sure. I just think he's not going to be able to do that again. He just is not the type of hitter that... 829 OPS. I was really close. An 829 OPS last year. 127 OPS plus last year. He was really good. I just think he overperformed some of his numbers, and he's not going to necessarily do that exact thing, but him playing left is interesting. He's a great defender in center. In left, even better, as Johan Rojas, going to get a full season. He's not going to have his OPS from last year. I think he was about an average hitter in his given time, but according to his expected numbers, he's not that good. But defensively, he is amazing. A 771 OPS last year, 2.5 WAR in 59 games. I just don't think he's quite that hitter based on what I've seen from him, but I think defensively he's really good. He's a very great player. And in right field, man, you got a guy who's not going to be good. Nick Castellanos is just high K rate, low walk rate, chases a lot, swings and misses a lot, overperformed most of his expected stats based on his hard hit percentage and all that fun stuff. And he's older. I just don't believe in Nick Castellanos. Also, Foolish Baseball said Nick Castellanos is one of the hitters he does not like for the year. And I agree. I just don't think Nick Castellanos is going to be that good. I'm thinking he might be gone after this year. They might be like, yeah, we got to get rid of him. And then you got Kyle Schwarber, who I think is going to be the second best DH in baseball this year, behind Yordan Alvarez probably. He's unbelievable. He's a big walk guy, big strikeout guy, but he has so much power, and he walks a lot. I think Kyle Schwarber is one of the better hitters in the game today, especially with his given skill set. It's interesting that he's a leadoff hitter, but yeah, I really do like this Phillies team. I have them winning 88 games, which is technically 2 less than last year. I think it's just how the year is going to play out. My over-under was 88. Vegas says 89.5. Now, I have them winning 88 games, but if I was betting, I'd say I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm going to go with over on 89.5.